Fantastic Four. So, yes, I'm back in the theater for the third big major blockbuster of the month. I mean, what a month! What a month! We started the month with Jurassic World, Rebirth, continued it with Superman, and now we're about to wrap it up with Fantastic Four. Could not have asked for a better birthday month. What can I tell you? Now, obviously, this is not the first attempt at this movie franchise. There have been several in the past. 3 to be precise. If you include the 90s one that didn't really happen. But I guess, 4th time's the charm? I mean, it's literally their logo. Yeah, they got a 4 on the logo, so maybe we needed to live through the 4 other Fantastic Four movies to get to this one. Who knows? I've been liking the trailers a lot. Obviously, I love Pedro Pascal. Mando Pascal, as I'm gonna call him from now on. I'm like a lot of other people, I'm not sure he was the right person for this job, but he's a really good actor, and I like him in everything I've seen him in, so let's give it a shot. And obviously, the other ones as well. I haven't watched The Bear, but I've been hearing a lot of good things about Jamie Backrack. Whatever his name is, I keep messing up his name. I apologize for that. And I liked Joseph Quinn on Stranger Things. And where in the world? There she is. Thought she was invisible for a second. Vanessa Kirby as a Invisible Woman. Again, got a lot of hopes for this. A lot riding on this movie. Let's hope that this time they can do it. Fingers crossed. I'm going to see it now, and I'll talk to you when I come out of it. See you then. Absolutely fantastic, as a good doctor used to say once. Literally once. I like this movie. I like this movie a lot. I would even go so far as to say that I love this movie. I'll just say this. Not that it's much competition, but it's clearly, easily, by far, the best Fantastic Four movie ever. Again, not that there's much competition, but here we are. Now, another thing I'm going to say is this is the best Marvel movie in a while. How long while? It's not better than Deadpool and Wolverine, but it's better than all the other movies that came after it. To me, at least. To me, as a comic book fan, and as a Fantastic Four fan, and more importantly, as a Marvel fan, as an MCU fan, it's the best Marvel movie this year. I might even go so far as to say that it's the best comic book movie of the year, even better than Superman. Why can't I get the right angle with this? Never mind, let's just go with this for now. It might even be better than Superman. Kind of need to rewatch both those movies to make up my mind, but it's better than Thunderbolts. And I like Thunderbolts a lot. It's no surprise there. It's better than Captain America, Brave New World. And I didn't hate that movie. I like that movie more than most people did. But yeah, this clearly is a sign of good things to come. I would say Brave New World is probably the last vestiges of the old regime at Disney with the Bob Chapek era. I'm not sure enough it was, but yeah, Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four clearly are the first new batch of Marvel movies in, I don't want to say new phase, but the next step, which is ironic because the subtitle of this movie is First Steps. But yeah, this is really the first steps into the next, shall we say, chapter of the MCU. I mean, we had the golden days of the golden years, I should say, of the MCU from the first Iron Man movie all the way up to Endgame, and then right when the MCU was turning 12 years old, and obviously, I mean, we had the pandemic and all the other stuff, but right then and there, when the MCU was around 12 years old, that's when the MCU basically became a moody teenager that did not know what it wants to be at all. And now, when in 2025, we are in, the MCU is about 17 years old now. Put this into perspective, right? I was in high school when the first Iron Man movie came out. So yeah, the MCU is now 17 years old. It's about to turn 18. So yeah, the MCU is about to be all grown up. It's gonna be legal age next year. So it makes sense that it's kind of shifting away from this moody teenager phase of its existence and into a much more mature area. No one knows what the future holds for the MCU, but this movie is a step in the right direction. I will say this, one thing I wasn't expecting from this movie, my favorite character is actually this guy, Johnny, which is weird because the trailers really hid his involvement in the movie. You barely see, he's the only one you actually saw using his powers, well, the mostly. You saw him using his powers more than the other three, and that's still true in the movie. I think he's probably the most overused in the movie, but still nails it. Like, it's good. It's really good. And not to say that the others weren't that good; they were great. But I really appreciated what they did with his character in this movie because, it's a minor small spoiler here. They didn't make him a goofball like the Chris Evans version. And obviously I love Chris Evans as Captain America. I think that role fits him much better. But I did not like his characterization of Johnny Storm in those two Fantastic Four movies. And, you know, it's not really his fault. That's just how the character was written. They did wonders with the character of Johnny Storm in this movie. He's my favorite character in the movie. And obviously I love Pedro as Mr. Fantastic. I mean, I think he captures the essence of Mr. Fantastic better than the other actors who tried to play him in previous iterations. Love what they did with Ben Grimm, and obviously, I mean, Sue Storm. This is easily by far the most gorgeous Sue Storm we've ever seen in live action. And she's got Jessica Alba to compete with. And she's not just a pretty face, she's great in the movie. She's like an emotional anchor for reasons I can't get into right now because they're all spoilery. But you know what? The biggest spoilery thing I can't really touch right now? Galactus. I loved seeing Galactus here. Not just because they nailed the look of the character, finally, after all these years, but they nailed the characterization of Galactus, and that's really what I was hoping for. Galactus, and this is not a spoiler because that's how Galactus is in the comics, he's not evil, he's just hungry. People don't understand. It's the hunger that drives him to do what he does, to eat planets and, you know, be as merciless as he needs to be because the hunger is driving him mad. And they nailed it in this movie. I love the way they were able to portray him as a terrifying, menacing villain, but also very sympathetic. So yeah, I loved what they did with Galactus in the movie, but Johnny, I think he's easily the standout character in this movie. And also, the Silver Surfer, they did something interesting with her. One thing they did really well is something that the Russos got a lot of credit for doing in the Avengers movies and obviously in Civil War, is that they highlighted every single character. Like none of the main characters, being the Fab Four with the Surfer and of course Galactus, none of them were sidelined. They all had their moment to contribute, and they were all perfectly utilized time-wise in the movie. And by the way, I say time-wise, the movie kind of takes place over the course of several months. guess that's one thing I can say. But, you know, it makes sense when you watch the movie. That's why they did that. So, yeah. One thing I hardly ever say about Marvel movies, well, about movies in general, the score was amazing. Michael Giacchino, who you may remember from several other movies, I think this score is about as close as a Marvel movie score ever got to the Murray Gold Doctor Who scores. And for those of you who don't know me, I am a massive Doctor Who fan, and Murray Gold to me is the second greatest composer who ever lived, after, of course, the great man himself, John Williams. May he live forever. Yeah, the score was amazing. Speaking of Doctor Who, Mark Gatiss is in this movie, and he's awesome. I did not recognize him. I've heard and seen Mark Gatiss do dozens of roles. Never once did I hear him do an American accent, so that was weird. He was the TV personality guy. So yeah, I was shocked when I saw his name come up in the credits. One thing I gotta wrap this up quickly because I've got people waiting for me. I got a lift I have to get to, but yeah, 2 post-credit scenes. One is super important. The other one is fun, as the MCU likes to do it sometimes. I'll leave you to decide which is which. That's all I'm gonna say. This movie gets an A for me. I would have talked a lot more about it if I didn't have people waiting for me. So, yeah. Go see this movie. It's amazing. It's the best Marvel movie since Deadpool and Wolverine. And, yeah, can't wait for Avengers Doomsday. I think that's the next one coming up. If not, if it's not, then I believe the next Spider-Man movie is up next. Or maybe it's just a sandwich between the 2 Avengers. Not sure, but yeah, go see this movie. It's great, and while you're at it, maybe go see Superman again. Because, you know, 2 great comic book movies coming out within 2 weeks of each other. It's a great time to be a comic book fan again. Goodbye for now, and Excelsior! Hi there! Thank you for watching the video. And if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends. I'll see you next time.